Hello and welcome back to the Podski YouTube channel. It's John Baker here. We're going to take a look at some action figures today. We got the Eddie Guerrero Ultimate Edition Ruthless Aggression series, and this is a Walmart exclusive. They should be hitting your Walmarts. They are not hitting mine. I had to get this one secondary. I would have loved to have gotten it in store. Really hard to find sometimes these days, especially with like the store exclusives sometimes, especially with Walmart. If you're trying to order anything offline from Walmart, good luck to you, because there's a chance that you'll never get that pre-order. But a lot of people are talking about this figure. I happen to personally love this figure. This is, whenever I think of Eddie Guerrero, this is the Eddie Guerrero I'm thinking of. So we'll take a look at this packaging here. It's in the typical red packaging that you would find in a store exclusive. So this isn't a mainline figure. This is part of the Ruthless Aggression, the series that they run typically only at Walmarts. That we got the Monday Night Wars exclusive run that's going to be coming here next year, and there's a lot of good stuff in the Ultimate line coming out. So we'll take a look at this packaging here. We got some Eddie art on the side, as you can see there. It's the Ruthless Aggression series. The Eddie art looks pretty good. It's typical Eddie art that you'd find. We got some figure photography here on the back with some more Eddie art. And this is all typical stuff that you'd find in the Ultimate Edition line. So one more little flip here. There's just Ultimate Edition. If you like to store these mint and card, you can do that on the side. That way you can see everybody. Typically, I see online where people usually, if they're going to keep them in on card, they're keeping them on the shelves like this so you can see the art, the side art. So but this one is going to get unboxed, so we'll be back with a unboxing. All right, so we got Eddie unpackaged here. He does come with the Undisputed Championship from the early 2000s. I love this belt. This belt doesn't get enough love. They really don't give it enough love whenever you look on social media or in the past. I think this belt is fantastic. I wish they would do more with this belt, and we are, especially with the Ruthless Aggression lines. We're seeing more and more of it. We got a soft goods shirt here, the Latino Heat shirt, and it is actually Velcro-less. So that's something new that you're seeing now a lot with these Ultimate Editions and the Elites now. It's still the soft goods material. It's got the Latino Heat logo on the front and the Addicted to Heat on the back, and there's no Velcro where they're getting away from it. So it is really cool, and it's a little wrinkle in there. We'll get them fixed though. But this figure and the stuff that they're doing, Mattel has been really killing it, and they're getting a lot better, especially with soft goods. The only thing that I would say that they haven't done really well in the past, or they could have done better with, is that Cody Ultimate Edition with the jacket. Definitely, I feel like Jazzwares and AEW did a much better job with that, but I really like that they're getting away from the Velcro. Wish they would fix the weight belts on Hogan, but that's wishful thinking. He does come with two heads. We got a screaming head here. It looks pretty good. The paint application is pretty darn good, actually. So no mishaps there. And we got the typical Eddie smiling, that smiling face. He is a little smirk. There is a little mark there under the nose, but that's all right. Just a little something that just came off there. Perfect. So yeah, this little Eddie smirk is fantastic. I think the one that the figure that it comes on the figure, I think that one is probably the best out of them all. It does have the double jointed pinless elbows, does have the butterfly joints that you find commonly in the Ultimate Edition line. New to the Ultimate Edition line are these the hips. So the hips don't lie, I assume. So that's just for extra articulation, so you can really get, like if you want to put, like in the Brett, if you want to put, they all had an Ultimate Edition Brett, and the big deal with that is so that you could put people in a sharpshooter a lot easier. So the big fuss about this is this torso. People are saying that Eddie's too jacked. Yeah, whenever I think of Eddie from this era, I think of Eddie as being juiced to the gills. And that's what I want to see, and that's what we got. So I don't really see how this is bad. Now the articulation in the back with the butterfly joints, it does look a little strange. But you do have the The red tights here, typical that you would find from Eddie Guerrero, which I really like, and they're just iconic. The only thing I think I'd really change are the boots. And the boots, I wish that this gold, I wish it was like more metallic, and it's not, because his boots were definitely metallic gold, and that's the really the only thing that's my biggest complaint with the paint application throughout this figure, is that I just wish that, you know, it was gold. But you do have the toe articulation in the Ultimate Edition. You got the boot cut and the a little bit of heel. He doesn't want to dance here. There we go. Now we got the ankle rocking. These knees are not pinless, but they are double jointed. You know, you got the big Eddie Splitsky here. But this looks fantastic. Now, this is the only thing I don't like about the hips, is that when you do a split like that, you got to like work the hips back into place so that it doesn't look a little wonky, and you don't want to break that. So just things to be on the lookout for when you get this figure. But we'll get them posed up here and we'll do a little comparison. All right, and we're back, and as you can see, I got them posed up here. And one thing I will say, that trying to get that t-shirt on him was insanity. And that's where like not having the Velcro is really hard. I had to take the head off, and then I had to like pose his arms up in a certain way to get that shirt on. But once it's on, I mean, it fits fantastic. I mean, that's exactly how it looked in real life. I do have him on a Ringside Collectible stand. Make sure if you want to get any of the figures on Ringside Collectibles, make sure you check them out. This one will not be on Ringside, as this is a Walmart exclusive, but as you can tell, it's all Mattel, so it's going to fit on a Mattel stand. The only thing, so here's where my big complaint comes in. When I want to put this title belt on Eddie, and this is how I'll display Eddie. So whenever I want to put this belt on him, the tightest, like if you put it on the tightest setting, and I probably won't be able to do this on camera. Okay, so look, this is what the tightest that you can get it goes, and it's like that loose on him. Like, that looks like crap, and I hate that. So now I want to pose him with the belt, because, you know, obviously Eddie, like, this was from my childhood. This is the Eddie that I think of whenever I think of Eddie Guerrero. I think of him as Latino Heat in that, you know, late 2003, early 2004 run, and like the belt, I mean, it's just, and this is probably why they don't make this belt a lot, is because this third, it looks longer than traditional belts usually are, because they got the third side plate over here. I'm not sure. I mean, it is really big. This is one of my favorite title belts, especially from my childhood, but you know, you get it together. I don't really know how to pose it. I don't know what to do with it, because, you know, I'd love to have him posed with the title, but we'll see. I wanted to do a comparison here between some other Eddies that we've had in the past. So here is Eddie from the Legends a few years back, and as you can see, definitely an updated head scan. The torso, I think this torso is probably a good torso. I mean, this is the Ultimate Edition, and you can't see it anymore, but the Ultimate Edition, you know, they don't have this torso style, but I like this pants more. This is the pants I really think of whenever I think of Eddie. This is obviously whenever Eddie was doing the dominant custody battle with Ray. So this is a 2005 versus a 2003, 2004 model. But yeah, they're very similar. Obviously, this Eddie is jacked way more to the gills, but I still think that this Eddie is worth picking up. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So if you're liking what we were doing here on the Podski network, make sure you drop a like, review, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you're going to pick this figure up. I think it's definitely worth a pickup. I don't know if they're going to do a re-release of it. Mattel seems to be wanting to do the greatest hits of the Ultimate Edition line. So I think that this will probably get done in a few more years, where they'll probably fix that torso. But I don't know. I really like this Ultimate Edition Eddie. This is the Ultimate Edition. Like, if I'm gonna have an Ultimate Edition figure of Eddie Guerrero, either this one or in the green tights. The green tights is definitely an iconic figure, but this is from whenever he won at No Way Out 04 against Brock Lesnar. So this is definitely the cream of the crop, Eddie Guerrero. So, but yeah, make sure you like, review, and subscribe. Check us out. We got another episode of the Podski coming out on Thursday. I believe we're going to talk some San Diego Comic-Con stuff. I'm not quite sure. We wanted to do SummerSlam 98, but I think Andretti is hitting the beach, so he's zipping his way with the pit crew to the beach this week, and so we'll see. But if you didn't check out last week's episode of the Podski, we did Hot Shots, which is, the WWE 2K23 My GM series that the Podski Doc and I are doing. So be sure to check that out, and we'll see you next time on the Podski.